A simple game plan. We didn't run a whole lot. We kind of just ran the same thing over and over, and we're able to create some rotation. Once we got those rotations, then we're able to punish them enough. And defensively, we're actually pretty locked in to start. They hit some tough 2-pointers, tough contested twos. Generally, those catch up to you, and we just knew it was a matter of time. We've still got a ways to go. You know, I think we've got a defensive rebound a little bit better. Give up 8 boards. Probably shouldn't do that. You know, got to box out a little bit better. Got a little more physical, but all in all, it was a good, 5-game stretch, and we're excited to go out to California and play Ole Miss.
How curious are you to see how your team does react to better competition?
I'm not real curious. I'm more excited to play. I want to compete. I think a lot of these games were scheduled, not all of them. And so now it's time to compete, and I'm excited. I'm not real curious. More so, just ready to get after it.
Kale got the start tonight. What led to that decision?
They were going to press, and so we just needed another point guard out there to be able to handle some of the pressure. Nothing more than that.
I'm sorry, Tavian had 9 rebounds in the first. How important is he going to be for you, just his athleticism as you move on in this schedule?
Yeah, I mean, just his edge that he plays with too. Toughness, edge. He just plays with a different chip on his shoulder. I thought him and Alvaro did a great job of just from a defensive rebounding perspective, just going and getting the ball. I didn't think our box outs were as good as I like them. They weren't as physical as I like them, but those guys went and got the ball, defensive rebounding wise, and that was great. T's, he's just edgy and but off the floor, tender-hearted, and he just got after it tonight.
How did you come upon him when you were at Drake?
I actually saw him in high school a long time ago, and I remember my assistant come back and he said, "You would love this guy." And he said he got literally every rebound. He competes so hard, all those things. And then he ended up going to prep school, then ended up going to junior college. And when we got the job, there was two guys that we were recruiting. One was him, one was another. And I just loved the way he played, loved his energy, loved his enthusiasm for the game. He's a super appreciative kid, very, very appreciative of everything that he receives. And he's obviously seeing the rewards of his work.
What you told the team at halftime just to get them going?
Make shots. No. Yeah, I mean, just continue to compete. We just need to start and finish. I think sometimes when you play a lot of these bye games in a row, I think it can be difficult to continue to improve. And I really thought we did, because you see a lot of teams, even in the Big Ten, struggle in these games because it's hard for them to get up consistently. And our guys got up every single game and got up enough, and that's a big deal. It's easy to get up for the Xaviers of the world, easy to get up for Ole Miss, but can we get up for some of these games that you probably still would win if you didn't?
Do you see that KO starting being a permanent thing, or was that just a one-time?
One-time thing. I don't know though, but one-time thing. I mean, that was just more. We just were like, yeah, let's not even mess with the press, and because they switch defenses so much. And it's just easier to have another ball handler out there, because then you can play Bennett off, and then he would get shots, but he didn't get any shots today. So, we were 1.5 points per possession. He had 9 points, so go figure.
He took 5 shots. Is that, in a game, you guys scored plenty, but do you want him to be more aggressive shooting, or do you feel like?
He doesn't care. He doesn't. Just wins the game. He would, honestly, he'd probably prefer it this way. I want him to shoot more, but he will. I'll make darn sure he shoots more in a game that's close. He gonna shoot more in a game that's close. Don't worry about that. We got that covered, Tyler. I'm no dummy.
Were they able to do anything to kind of take him away, or was it just kind of the flow of things?
They were trapping ball screens, so he just got off of it quicker, and then we played in rotation. So it was just the nature of what it is. The other guys just played in rotation so much, and so when you play in rotation, it just finds whoever, and it just didn't find him back. And I think part of it is they probably stayed home in their rotations on him. I'd have to watch it, but no, it's just how he is. He just doesn't. this game right here, he'd probably prefer this over having 30. That's just how he is.
It looked like there were several times where he also deferred. He was wide open and just threw that extra pass. I know the one to Alvaro, and he turned and made a 3. It seemed like he was consciously trying to get other guys involved.
He's just making sure that we win the game. He's just, and he knew that they were going to rotate a ton and over pursue things. So, he's just passed it. That one he should have shot though. I was a little mad at him for that
You
one.
remember?
So,
Okay, you remember.
yeah. But yeah, he'll shoot more than 5 times. I'm not real concerned with that. We'll make sure of that. So, but he'll be good. I just didn't need to tonight. But he doesn't care. Like, that's the thing. He doesn't care about stats. He cares about one stat, and that's it.
Of your next 5 games, at least 4 of them are against Power Conference, could be 5. What's it gonna take to be successful during that stretch?
Oh, that's good. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited to watch.
All right. Scared?
I'm not scared.
Yeah. I mean, we're fired up. Like that's why we're here, just to play those things. What would you like to see on our team? Is that what you
No,
asked?
I said, what is it gonna take to be successful?
Oh,
during that
to play good. Yeah, play good. That's probably about it. No, you got to make sure you win in the margins. Whether it's defensive, offensive, rebounding, 50-50 balls. The same thing that wins these games is the same thing that wins those games. You just got to do it a little bit better with better players. More physicality. Obviously, really good coaching in Ole Miss, and then the next 2 games are well coached as well.
Cooper and Tate seem to be getting more and more comfortable with each passing game. Are you seeing that as well?
Yeah, I am. They're doing good. They're getting Tate to play like a freshman like he does. He doesn't play like a freshman. I mean, he comes in and just kind of competes. He just doesn't play with any fear. And then obviously Coop is just really slowly getting adjusted to everything. But you can see it kind of you see every game, it's like a little bit better, a little more physicality, a little better defensively, a little better communication, all those things that we try to preach. He's just doing a little bit better job of.
What have you guys kind of seen early on from Ole Miss?
I haven't watched him. Coach Williams has got him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know Chris Beard's teams, they're going to be tough and physical, and they got some good talent, and multiple defense team, switch a lot of different things, side defense, a variety of kind of confusing things that they try to go with. So we'll have to be ready.
You guys played, I think, last season with some type of tournament around Thanksgiving, right?
Charleston Classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there anything just from playing in that, and I think was it 3 games, 3 days, or
Yep.
something like that? You're playing 2 and 2, but is there anything you take from that experience that can help you? And
I mean, hopefully a winning mentality, because we won that thing. So that would be good. No, I mean, I've been in a lot of tournament settings. Division II, you don't have breaks when you play, so you play 3 games in 3 days a lot of times, and it just is what it is. And you just don't sleep, and you keep scouting, and so I actually enjoy it. I'm excited for it. The things I would take is just being able to have quick turnarounds, have really good assistant coaches that have that scout ready to go, and then they're tired too. So we'll see what happens.
Good, thanks, Coach.